What's going on, everyone? Today I just kind of wanted to talk about kind of this standstill, this stalemate, crossroads if you want to call it, kind of just this point that I'm at with this car where I'm not really sure what I want to do with it. At this point, as you can see, I've done most of the visual stuff I want to do. I finally installed the front bumper guards and then got rid of the red trim. Eventually I have my winter wheels back on the car, so that'll look different. Let's real quick go over everything that I already have done to the car before I get into what I'm thinking about doing with the car and what kind of my issues are with going ahead with any of it. So far under the hood of this car, the only thing that I've really done to it is this Forge cold air intake, short ram intake, whatever the hell you want to call it, or hot air intake, whatever. Only issues I've had with it so far is I've installed this twice on my car. I put it on this time and then I replaced the filter and cleaned it up. So I replaced the whole thing. The first time I installed it, no issues. It was just pushing up a little close to the ECU. And now it isn't, but it digs into my hood liner, which is definitely my fault for not checking the fitment before I, drove around with it like that. But that's that. But anyways, what I have is just the filter, and then I have the intake. It's a 4-inch intake if I'm not wrong, mounted to the turbo. And from here, if you watch my shorts, you already know I have all the stuff I need to go to stage 1. All I would really need to do is swap out that ECU in there and I could be tuned. Otherwise, I just have to put the high pressure fuel pump, which I already own, and the spark plugs on this car. But here's my issue with that. Is it worth dumping another $5,000, say, into this car? Because a tune is about $1,000. If I do a downpipe, that's basically another $1,000 right there, if not $500. Is it worth dumping this much money into the car? And if I have to do injectors too, I'm trying to think of everything else that I could possibly do. Injectors, and then what if something goes wrong with the car? When I could honestly maybe just trade the car in and get something a little quicker. Starting with my mom's car, the Acura TLX Type S that I film with, that car already makes 350 horsepower. And the limit of this car's transmission, at least before I have to get upgraded clutches, is about 340 wheel horsepower. If I were to go out, buy a BMW, not even a brand new one, F-Series, an old M340i, I'm making already pretty much double what this car makes. Or at least I have the potential to definitely make more than double what this car makes. It'll be making about, 400-ish horsepower? If I were to get into something like that, or even a muscle car, Camaro SS 1LE would probably be the way I'd go, and that car is making 4-something horsepower as well. So that's my biggest problem, is it's not that I really care about the reliability, because I'm not going to own this car for very long, obviously, if I'm thinking about getting a different one already at this point. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to put money into this car when I'm thinking about a different one. But let me be clear, I don't have any issues with this car. I still love it. It's just, I don't know if it's worth wasting my time tuning the car, because I'm not going to make that much power for quite a good bit of money. Right now the car makes 270 when it's octane learned. With a stage 1 tune, I'll be making about 313, and then with a stage 2 tune, maybe 330s, 340s. And I don't know. I don't think that's worth the extra $1,000 to $2,000 I'm going to have to drop. And that's kind of where I'm left with this car. I currently have it in this really nice OEM Plus kind of spot. Of course, the reason I went with the intake as my first mod is just because this car has an obnoxious exhaust. I figured it may as well have some obnoxious induction noise with it, and it definitely gives me that. And interior mod wise, you know, Alcantara steering wheel, Alcantara armrest, you know, to match the seats, insides, and then also the center console vents for the rear passengers. And that kind of leaves me everything OEM plus. So enough about under the hood and tuning the car. Even visual modifications from this point on. What would I change? Mainly, the hood is pretty heavy on these cars. I would probably consider a carbon fiber hood. Only problem is, I live in New York, and as you can see, it's about to rain, and it does rain a lot. I don't want to get a vented carbon fiber hood and end up messing up anything, namely because I have a ginormous intake sitting in here that definitely would like to suck in some of that water. So probably not the brightest idea. And then it's expensive. That's another $1,000 I got to dump into it. Again, would it be worth it to put it somewhere else? Another thing I would like to do is the spoiler. I actually really like the Adro V2 spoiler for the rear end. But again, it's about $1,400. Is it worth spending $1,400 on top of what I already have for basically nothing, just aesthetic? I don't know. It really depends on how long I end up deciding to keep this car. And I really don't know. I really do love this car. I still enjoy driving it every day. I'm just young, and I would like to experience as many different cars as I can in my lifetime. Who knows how long that's going to be. So let me know. What do you guys think? Would you not watch me if I owned a different car? Because you're only here for the Elantra content. I'd assume most of you are. Do you think I should say fuck it? Are any of you tuned and say, you know, fuck it, go get tuned, go with a stage 1 N75 tune, try it out for a little bit. After that, I would probably move to a cherry tune just so I could get the spare ECU from N75. But again, all I really need is just that to tune it. And then, I mean, I don't know, I'd probably want to do a downpipe. Which brings me actually, come to think of it, to another thing I was thinking of doing, which is the exhaust. Now, for the sake of my channel, for a while now, I've been thinking about getting a Miltech exhaust because there's only one video, and it only popped up about a month ago, if I'm not wrong, with a Miltech exhaust on one of these cars. It was a resonated one, and it is the only video that I've seen captured with this car with a Miltech exhaust on it, except for their marketing videos that they put out. But the exhaust from Miltech is about $2,400. And while that would be great for views and attention, saying I spent $2,500 on an exhaust for my Elantra, A, I already like the sound of this car. B, I don't know if it'd make it sound any better. C, it's not giving me any more power. And D, if I want to do a downpipe, what's the point? I know people do the exhaust and the downpipe at the same time, or, you know, they do both upgrades, but I just don't really know if it's worth it for me to go out and shell out that much money on this car. But let me know. What do you guys think would be interesting to watch with this thing? What do you want to see me do with it? So again, is it really worth it to tune this car up to about 320-ish horsepower, 330 horsepower for, again, maybe upwards of $2,000, lowest at least $1,400 for a tune and a spare ECU, because that's the way that I basically have to go about it if I want to revert this car to stock when I sell it, which I do. So what do you think? Is it worth it? Am I dumb for trying to trade this car in? If you were in my position, would you trade this car in for, say, an Imola Red M4 or a, as long as it's called Torch Red on the Camaro as it is on the Corvette, a Torch Red Camaro SS1LE? Or what I've been kind of avoiding saying, do I just go and buy a manual car? Should I get something to go alongside of it? Kind of like a companion car, something manual. I would like to get a Celica GT4, however, right-hand drive is not something I want to learn manual on. I'd rather learn manual left-hand drive just because I'm not great with manual. Or at least, you know, I know how to drive it. I'm just not very comfortable with it. I'd prefer to be comfortable, you know, obviously left-hand drive, doing it the way that most cars that I'm going to run into are going to be. Which kind of leaves me with, I don't know, not the widest selection of cars. That's kind of pushing me towards an Eclipse GSX. I think that would go kind of well with this, that or a Genesis Coupe with the 3.8 liter. But let me know, what do you guys think would be more interesting to watch me make content with, to watch me upgrade and all that. I appreciate you for watching. Take care and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.